This is very hard. I'm hoping the sound is okay. Although, once again, why am I recording these videos? If I sit, if I stop moving, doing the things I must do, I feel like I'm going to, I keep wanting to say die, but that's not how I feel, but that's the word that comes up. I feel like I'm going to die. I feel like I'm going to cry, or frankly, if I was not into all this awakening thing and liberation and non-duality and whatever, I would just think I'm depressed. You know, the thoughts just keep saying, oh, there you go again. All this inner work and emotion work you've been doing for years just doesn't work. It's not going right. You have a problem. But the thing is that I used to have an actual problem. I had PTSD. I had trauma stuck in my body and I couldn't function properly. And that is never fully 100% gone, but that's mostly gone. I feel fine. There is no reason for me to feel this way today. It's been this way since I woke up in the morning. I just felt off. I was grumpy. And of course, that happens to everybody, being grumpy. But for me today, it was the kind of grumpy where I questioned, what's the point? What's the point of this life? Why is it so hard? Why is it so unsatisfying? And and I keep saying, when I hear myself saying these words, it seems like I'm depressed, but no, I have been depressed in the past. I have been stressed. I have been anxious. I have suffered a lot. And there is not even that much suffering here. There is sort of a bit, but it's not even that important. And so I meditated and I thought it would help maybe to feel better. There was a lot of resistance in the body, as it often happens. I felt super tight in many places, as I still do now, as I talked about yesterday in my throat. And it didn't go away after meditating. It lasted for the entire hour. And then me and my daughter, we wanted to do something together, but we were both grumpy. She was grumpy too today. So it was a difficult day. But I went in the park on my own for a little while and, well, I even have a hard time speaking. It's so tight here. The words don't mean much. The words don't explain how it is, because um, the only words I can use right now make it seem like I'm just having an off day. And yeah, that I'm having an off day or a difficult day, and it's just things that happen, but that's not how it feels. It feels like something huge and dramatic. Well, not dramatic, but something major is shifting. And that is scary. Maybe it's a good thing that I am documenting all this for myself later. What's the point? Is it really a good thing? Yeah, this feeling of not feeling home is it's taking up a lot of space. Like there is no intention to move houses at all right now. my daughter's in school. We sort of like, we love this area. But for some reason, I have this feeling like home is changing or should change or is about to change. And we had dinner at a park in the neighborhood where we used to live when my daughter was born, and she loves it so much, and I do too. When we go back to that neighborhood, we feel really at home and comfortable. And tonight I didn't feel that comfortable. I felt fine, and I agreed that it was a cozy, comfortable neighborhood, but I didn't have this longing to go back there. And I didn't have either the longing to go back home. And when we arrived in our neighborhood, I usually feel this sense of coming home. And tonight I didn't. It's been a few times since we left, whether our neighborhood for the afternoon or a few days. And when I come back, I don't feel home anymore. But as I said yesterday, it doesn't feel to me as a sign that I should move, because it feels to me like I'm never going to feel home anywhere anymore. Which in a sense is not bad, because I guess if you never fully feel home anywhere, well, you're also home anywhere. That's the thing too. This neutral indifference that I have towards a certain neighborhood or a certain house makes it so that everything is fine, and every neighborhood is fine, and any home is fine. Yeah, we went to spend two weeks this summer at my family's house, my mother's house, and it's a country house. It has its pros and its cons, but it's usually a very polarized. There are some things I hate and some things I love, and it's a love-hate relationship. It's like the opposite from where I live in this city. And I realize now, speaking about it out loud, that when we went this time, well, on the contrary, I felt more home there, but not in a I love this house and it's beautiful and it's well designed for us or for me, or I would see myself living there. It's just that there is no home, and at the same time, everywhere is home. And that's not disheartening or sad, and it's not hopeful and joyful either. It's not a positive thing, nor a negative thing. It's just the way it is. Everywhere's home, no one's home. Nowhere. Everywhere is home and nowhere is home. And there are intense energies in the body. That's what I could say. Yes, there are energies. There's not emotions. That's the thing. That's the difference. What I was speaking of in the beginning of the video is that a few years ago I was very anxious, very stressed. I had PTSD, and I felt many emotions. And today it seems like they were not so much emotions. We're playing on words here. Really, there are no words to describe what I want to describe, but I'll try with, I don't know. Those words are subtle. They don't mean the same things to everyone, but today for me, the sort of sadness and the sort of fear, they were not emotions, because they were not attached to any specific circumstance. I was not afraid of something. I was not anxious about anything specific. I just felt some fear in my body for no reason. I just felt some sadness, some fear, some nervousness in the body. So that was not comfortable. That was not specifically pleasant. But that's why I can't say that I was depressed either, because depressed or frustrated, or yeah, I had frustration as well. But then that again, there was no story attached to their frustration. Whereas usually, normally, people are frustrated for a specific reason. I had no reason, and I could not even pretend. I can't even pretend anymore. There was just an energy of frustration inside my body today, and some fear and some anxiety. It is so strange. And I guess if my past self would hear this, it would say, "That's amazing. It's so great to not feel, I don't know, I guess the word is identified, not feel identified with this suffering and these emotions, and not needing to fix them, or it's not that I don't need to fix them. It's that I know I can't. I've lost that illusion. I've lost that belief that you can fix your emotions by fixing the outside circumstances, and you can't even fix the emotions by fixing the insides either, I guess, because I was willing to feel my sensations today, my frustration, my anger, those strong resistance in the body. I was sitting on my couch for 1 hour, fully allowing it as long as it takes. And it didn't budge, it didn't move. And I have been doing this kind of work for many years, and it still doesn't move. It's there, I guess. Maybe it'll be gone someday. Maybe it won't. So I guess this is called peace, but I don't know. To me, peace has a very, mm, I smile when I think of the word peace. To me, peace is pleasant. It's nice to feel peace. But maybe that's not it. Maybe peace just means being unbothered by whatever. But that's how I feel. I feel like it's fine. It's fine that I had a a bad mood day. Although it feels like I'm afraid of something, but it's something that you can't define. I suspect it's because my sense of self is diminishing bit by bit. Clearly, I was not one of those people for whom the sense of self drops in an instant. I've seen through it. I've seen through the self a year ago, and it has changed everything and nothing at the same time. But whatever. But I think for me, it's a gradual process, and I think now that the summer holidays are over, and I'm not with my daughter full time, and I'm going to have a lot of time alone to myself in the next days, months, weeks, months, the next 10 months, or at least until Christmas, let's say, I'm going to have a lot of time on myself, to myself. And I've healed quite a lot of my fatigue, physical symptoms. So now I'm face to face with the nothingness, my aloneness. There's nothing to fix anymore. 4 years ago when I stopped working, I had to fix my emotions, my anxiety, my health, my everything had to be fixed. I was damaged. And now I'm not. Well, I'm moderately damaged like all humans are, but I'm not. I used to not be able to function. That's why I had to stop working. And now I guess it's not perfect, but I'm able to function. There's nothing to fix. So I'm left with with nothing but myself, nothing to do, nothing to achieve, nothing that I can use to pretend that once I get this thing, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to feel happy. I'm going to feel better. Of course, there are things that could be fixed in my outside circumstances, but I know they won't change what or who I am. So I don't know. If I had to use words, I would say that these sensations in the body today probably covered a lot of grief and fear of once again losing a little bit of myself, my sense of being someone. Okay, that's long enough.